I was a retired Secret Service agent, living as a mechanic. A sheriff's son tried to hurt my daughter. My name is David, and I'm a 58-year-old mechanic living in Chicago. The following story is about how I used my past skills to protect what's mine. The call came just after midnight. A voice I knew, too familiar, too arrogant. "Your daughter's done for," the police chief said. My boy broke her arm. She should have just stayed quiet. This is my town. I could hear the ice clinking in his glass. He was drunk or just high on the power he thought he had. Then he laughed, a slow, ugly sound. I said nothing and just let the line go dead. I looked at my 17-year-old daughter asleep on the sofa, her cast resting awkwardly against her chest. She hadn't wanted me to go to the clinic. She thought it would only make things worse. She believed silence meant safety, but I knew better. My 15 years in the Secret Service taught me how silence is used as a weapon, how it lets predators build kingdoms out of fear. Used to plan motorcades, routes, and backup plans. I learned how to move presidents through hostile streets without a scratch. I also learned how one wrong move could destroy the entire plan. That police chief had just handed me his son's weakness, and I would show him exactly what silence could. The town bent around him. Judges, deputies, the local press, they all looked the other way when his son staggered home drunk or sped down Main Street at 3 a.m. But breaking my daughter's arm wasn't just recklessness. It was a message, a warning to stay insignificant. I wasn't built for being insignificant. I ran scenarios in my mind the way I used to for presidents. Entry routes, exit routes. How headlights moved across narrow streets at night where shadows hid mistakes. The boy drove a dark red sports car his father bought to keep him quiet. I had seen it fly past my shop enough times to remember the sound of its engine. Cocky, predictable. He thought the road was his. He never realized someone else was listening. I started slow by watching his habits. Every Friday, the boy left the bar at 11:30 sharp. Tires screeched, the stereo thumped, and he cut through the alleys as if they were extensions of his own driveway. I didn't drink. I didn't sleep much either. I just waited. The police chief called again once to brag. "Your girl cry yet?" he asked. "She'll learn." "You'll learn. I'm untouchable." I bit down so hard my teeth hurt, but my voice stayed calm. "You're right," I said. "You own this place." Then I hung up, already drawing the map in my mind. One alley narrow, a blind corner, a wrong turn, and there's no going back. The boy's speed would do the rest. No weapons, no chase, just his arrogance meeting brick and steel. Every president I ever protected had a shadow route. The one we never published, the one no one was supposed to know. This boy was about to find his. The night came quiet, moonless. I parked 2 blocks away, hood up, like I was just a mechanic with a broken-down engine. At 11:32, the sports car's roar reached me. I could feel it before I saw it. Bass rattling the windows, laughter spilling out. He took the first turn sharp, the second sloppy, then the third. That's where I had moved the signs. Not much, just enough. The one-way arrow turned backward. A small lie waiting in the dark. Headlights swung wide. Tires screamed. Metal shredded against brick. Silence followed, sudden and absolute. I didn't move, didn't even blink. Just listened to the hiss of the engine and the faint pop of cooling. Steel. The plan worked. Clean, precise, exactly as designed. By dawn, the police chief was on the scene. His badge was crooked, his shirt half-tucked. He looked smaller than I remembered. His son was gone. Our eyes met across the alley. He knew not how, not the details, just that I had been there in the shadows waiting. He opened his mouth, perhaps to threaten, perhaps to beg, but nothing came out. I stepped closer, close. Enough that he could smell the oil and metal from my coveralls. "You own this town," I said softly, "but you never owned me." He flinched as if I had hit him. I turned away before he could find the words. I didn't need them. The wreckage behind him was louder than anything he could say. That morning my daughter stirred, in her sleep, unaware of the sirens miles away. She still believed silence meant safety. I let her keep that belief. For me, silence was different. It was a blade, and I had learned how to sharpen it until it cut through power, through arrogance, through the myth of untouchable men. The police chief would wake every day to that alley, to the sound of twisting steel in his head, to the truth that his kingdom had walls, thinner than glass. Me, I went back to my garage, wiped grease from my hands, and fixed engines. The world thought Nothing had changed, but the boy's car never passed my window again. And that silence was mine. And hey, before you scroll away, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. More amazing stories are waiting for you right here. See you in the next one.